Overthinking 5 Psychology Hacks to Calm Your Mind Introduction. The silent battle inside the mind. Have you ever lain awake at night? Your body exhausted, but your mind refusing to quiet down? Thought spiral. What if I said the wrong thing? What if I fail tomorrow? What if this decision ruins everything? This endless loop is overthinking, and while it may feel private, millions silently wage this same battle every single day. Overthinking isn't just about thinking too much. It's about replaying the same scenarios. It's analyzing every angle until you're paralyzed and creating problems that don't even exist. For adults over 25, especially in a world filled with pressure, bills, family responsibilities, and uncertainty about the future, overthinking can steal peace, sleep, and joy. But here's the truth. Overthinking is not who you are. It's simply a habit of the Minda survival mechanism that once tried to protect you, but now holds you hostage. And like any habit, it can be reshaped. Today, we'll uncover 5 powerful psychology hacks that can calm your mind, bring you back to the present moment, and help you finally breathe again. These aren't just theories. They are practical steps you can apply at home, starting today. Why we overthink, the hidden psychology behind the noise before we dive into the hacks. Let's pause to understand why our minds overthink. When you understand the root, the solution becomes clearer. The brain's survival instinct, our minds evolved to anticipate danger. Thousands of years ago, constant scanning of the environment helped humans survive predators and natural threats. Today, that same instinct latches onto deadlines, relationships, and uncertain futures, treating them as life or death dangers. Perfectionism and fear of failure. Many adults grew up with the belief that mistakes define their worth. So instead of acting, we replay scenarios endlessly, trying to make the perfect choice. Ironically, this fear keeps us stuck. Unfinished emotions. Sometimes overthinking is not about the situation, but about unprocessed emotions. A past betrayal, rejection, or regret resurfaces in disguise. The mind replays it not because it seeks clarity, but because the heart has not yet healed. The illusion of control, overthinking, tricks us into believing that by running every possibility in our minds, we are controlling the outcome. But in reality, it only increases anxiety while stealing the present. When you see overthinking for what it is, a protective but misguided habit, you can stop blaming yourself. And with compassion, you can begin to retrain your mind. 5 psychology hacks to calm your mind. Hack 1. The name it to tame it technique. When your thoughts are spiraling. The first step is not to fight them, but to label them. This technique, introduced by psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Siegel, shows that naming an emotion helps regulate it. For example, instead of drowning in endless what-ifs, pause and say to yourself, I am feeling anxious. I am worried about uncertainty. I am replaying a mistake. By naming the feeling, you shift activity from the emotional part of your brain, the amygdala, to the rational part, the prefrontal cortex. This simple act creates distance, helping you realize this is just a thought, not reality. To apply at home, keep a journal by your bedside. When your thoughts spiral, write down, I notice I am overthinking about underscore. Imagine you are an observer, watching your thoughts float by instead of drowning in them. This hack reminds you that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. Hack 2. The rule of 5 years perspective shift. Overthinking thrives when we magnify small issues into catastrophes. The rule of 5 years is a cognitive reframing technique. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 minutes, 5 days, 5 months, 5 years? Suddenly, the email you regret sending or the awkward comment at dinner doesn't feel like the end of the world. Most of our worries dissolve when viewed through time's lens. Why this works? The brain struggles to separate immediate discomfort from long-term consequences. By consciously stretching the timeline, you remind yourself that many worries are temporary storms, not permanent realities. How to apply at home each time you catch yourself spiraling. Pause and ask the 5-year question. If it won't matter in 5 years, give yourself permission to let it go today. This hack doesn't dismiss real problems, simply helps you focus energy on what truly matters. Asterisk Hack 3. The mental parking lot strategy. Have you ever noticed that the more you try not to think about something, the stronger it returns? This is called the rebound effect. To break the cycle, psychologists recommend creating a mental parking lot. Here's how it works. When intrusive thoughts arise, instead of wrestling with them, write them down on a piece of paper or a note app. Tell yourself, I'll revisit this later. Right now, I choose peace. By placing the thought in your mental parking lot, you relieve your brain of the pressure to hold on to it. Most of the time, when you return to the note, the urgency has faded. The problem solved itself. How to apply at home. Keep a dedicated notebook for worry parking. Set a daily worry time, 15 minutes in the evening. If a thought intrudes during the day, park it for later. This strategy trains your brain to stop circling the same track and instead move forward. Asterisk Hack 4. Grounding through. The 5-4-3-2-1 method of Overthinking pulls us into the future or the past, but calm lives only in the present. One of the most effective psychology-based tools to anchor yourself in the moment is the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. When your mind spirals, pause and notice. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. This method activates your senses, shifting attention from racing thoughts to the reality in front of you. It's like giving your mind a gentle reset button. How to apply at home. Use this technique during anxiety, especially at night or before a big decision. Pair it with slow breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4. Exhale for 4. The present moment is always safer than the stories your mind tells. Asterisk. Hack 5. The power of next best step thinking. Overthink often comes from feeling overwhelmed by the entire journey ahead. Instead of asking, how will I solve everything? Shift to asking, what is the next best step I can take right now? This principle, used in cognitive behavioral therapy, shrinks overwhelming problems into manageable actions. Action dissolves anxiety. For example, instead of worrying about your entire career path, focus on updating your resume instead of replaying an argument. Choose the next best step. Sending a kind text or taking time to cool down. How to apply at home. Write down the problem. Break it into the smallest actionable step. Take that step today, no matter how small. Momentum builds peace. Each step forward quiets the noise of uncertainty. Living beyond overthinking. The mind you deserve. These 5 psychology hacks. Naming emotions, reframing with time, parking thoughts, grounding in senses, and focusing on the next best step are more than tricks. They are invitations to reclaim your life. Overthinking will not disappear overnight, but with daily practice, you'll notice something profound. The noise grows quieter, your chest feels lighter, and you begin to live with clarity instead of fear. Remember, your thoughts are not your enemy. They're just signals, like waves in the ocean. You learn to surf them instead of drown in them. You discover the deep calm that was always inside you. Conclusion, a gentle call to action if you've ever felt trapped in your own mind. You are not alone, and you are not broken. Overthinking is common, but it doesn't have to be your destiny. With compassion, awareness, and the right tools, you can create a life of presence, peace, and freedom. At Awaken Mindset, we believe every person has the power to reshape their inner world. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to join this journey with us. Subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone who needs it, and explore our other content designed to uplift and empower your mind. Your peace matters. Your mind deserves rest, and your future deserves clarity. Take the first step today, because the calm you are searching for is already within you.